Okay, participants, we are going to discuss total quality management. It is in short also called total quality management or TQM. Let us start with the quality first. Quality is fitness for use. When the product is of standard and meeting its specifications, then the product is called fit for use, and this is decided by the customer. Total quality is quality in entirety, that is, it is meeting the standards of cost, safety, design, prompt service and environment protection. There are some quality gurus like Deming, Juran, Philip Crosby, Mr. Ganichi Taguchi, and likewise there are some other gurus of total quality management. Total quality management is an integrated organizational approach for delighting the customers, both internal and external customers, meeting their needs and expectations on a continuous basis through everyone involved, with the organizational working on continuous basis, so that improvement in all products, services and processes takes place along with the proper problem solving methodology. Total quality management evolved over the years. It started with the heavy inspections, then it went to the quality control, then total quality control, then the total quality management. There are three main basic functions, basic components we call it, of the total quality management. Total quality is world class quality, and that comes through the Kaizen or the continuous improvement, and three components are just in time manufacturing and waste elimination, which is also called JIT. It is total quality control, TQC, and the third one is total employees involvement. Three components can again be explained with the help of three-legged stool. We call quality as three-legged stool. Total quality management contains just in time, JIT it is called. The second leg can be standard process control or statistical quality control or statistical process control, and the third leg is the total employees involvement. We also see the total quality management umbrella, and this umbrella contains all the various aspects which fall into the total quality management, like Taguchi methods, quality circles, and the same three components, that is SPC, JIT and TEI, customer service, quality assurance, etc. We also operate the total quality improvement aspects with the help of PDCA, that is plan, do, check, act cycle, which is given by Deming, and this is in every activity which we do, that has to be planned first, that has to be done on small scale, and then check it and then operate it on full scale, that is act. Act means you start doing the functions in the full scale, and again come to the planning. So, again the same circle keep on rotating in every activity, that is PDCA, first plan, then do, then check and act. Total quality management has certain salient features, like number one is customer focus, process focus, cost focus or reducing the waste, continuous improvement or Kaizen, or it is also Shewhart or Deming cycle, which we discussed, that is PDCA cycle. Whole person's focus is the next one, and education, training and development focus, and the last one is total system focus. Japanese have evolved 5S model for housekeeping, for operating total quality management. Japanese 5S model, every word starts with the S. This is called Siri, Shiso, Seton, Shiketsu and Shitsuke. Means you sort the things, systematize the things, shine the things, standardize the things and sustain the things. So, this way they operate the things and bring out the total quality management in their industry. If you visit Toyota factory today, that is very shining, and everybody has got the habit of maintaining the things in such a nice way that it gives the touch of the best housekeeping. Housekeeping or the 5S approach is also shown by figures here diagrammatically, and you can see it, the same 5S is repeated here also. Fundamentals of total quality management are putting the customer first, that is, customer is the main focus under total quality management, and internal and external customers both are to be taken into consideration. Customers are not only to be satisfied, but they are to be delighted. Delighted means they are to be over than happy, over than satisfied, more than satisfied. Second is managing by facts, that is solving the problems with the help of facts and figures rather than opinions and suggestions. Third principle of total quality management is continuous improvement process or Kaizen, PDCA, etc. is also applied for this continuous improvement. Total quality management has prevention orientation or prevention focus rather than inspection focus, which used to be there previously. The inspection used to be there, but now inspection focus has reduced to certain extent and the prevention focus has increased, and that brings out the total quality management in a better way. Another fundamental of this total quality management is total employees involvement, that is involving all the employees with the giving them respect, and everybody does his or her job, only then the total quality can be achieved in an organization. Nothing can be neglected as such. Fifth fundamental of total quality management is cross functional management, that is, the departments like in the polytechnics or engineering college should not be watertight compartments, there should be interaction within all the departments. This is more interdisciplinary approach than one single department doing something and other department doing something, and one hand does not know what is the other hand is doing. So, such like approach should not be there. Total quality means the interdisciplinary approach, and all the departments which are there in the organization, they have to interact with each other and have interdisciplinary approach. Like the civil engineering should interact with the computers, computers should interact with all other technical departments like mechanical, electronics, etc. Quality control has certain tools which are called 7 QC tools. We have displayed it here, that is check sheet is the first, that is how to calculate the frequencies. On those frequencies we draw the histograms. Histograms may lead to the stratification, that is making the strata out of the data which you have, like you calculate your results 80% and above, 60 and 80, and below 60 and more than 40 and less than 40. So, all these 4 are the strata for calculating the results or showing the results or understanding the results, that is stratification, making stratas. The fourth tool is Pareto chart. Pareto chart distincts between the less important things and the more important things, like separating the chaff from the grain, separating the grains from the chaff. In the when you harvest the things, harvest the grains, you take out the grains first and chaff remains separate. Chaff is maximum, but that is vital few are to be separated from the trivial many. Cause and effect diagram is the next tool out of the total quality management tools. Cause and effect means when you draw a line and on one side you put the causes and other side you put the effects with the arrow, and with that you put the 4 M's, that is men, machines, materials and methods, and over that also you put the sub causes, like man might be not trained as such and may not be able to perform the job or may not having the aptitude for performing that job. Similarly, machine may not be calibrated or material may not be of the proper quality or methods which is being applied may not be proper. Then the next one is the scatter diagram. Scatter diagram just relates the two variables together. It may be neutral relationship when all the points are scattered throughout the x axis, between x axis and y axis, or it may be giving a linear projection as such, or it may be negative linear projection or positive linear projection on the between the x axis and y axis, and that shows the relationship whether it is neutral relationship, positive relationship or negative relationship, like the crops and its yield, that is how much rain has taken place during a particular season, rainy season, and how much crop has increased, whether it is more rain and there is a positive relationship between the yield of the crop, or there is more rain and crop get devastated, it reduces the yield of the crop. So, such like things can be seen with the help of this scatter diagram, neutral relationship, positive relationship, negative relationship between the two variables. Control chart is the 7th tool which is used for seeing that process is within the control. That is, process has to be within the normal curve and it should be within 6 sigma. 6 sigma is the companies like Motorola is one which operates in 6 sigma levels, that is 3 sigma one side of the normal curve, 3 sigma other side of the normal curve, and process has to be within the normal curve. It cannot go beyond, otherwise process is out of control. Process must remain within control. That is why Motorola produces the things which are the within 6 sigma limits, and there is 0 defect, or at the most the defects will be 3.4 defects out of 1 million products which you produce under 6 sigma. So, that is what control chart plays the part. Other 7 tools which are also called new tools or the management tools, which represent the affinity diagrams, arrow diagrams, interrelationship diagram, data decision chart analysis, matrix analysis, decision tree chart. So, these are the tools which relates the things with the help of diagrams, and then we try to achieve the maximum output from the inputs which we have put in. Total quality management can also be seen from the angle of the cost blocks. If we take these 2 cost blocks, that is, first the cost block is bigger, where the rework is maximum, inspection is more and prevention is less. But when we reverse this process, then rework becomes minimum, because we have increased the prevention and decreased the budget on the inspection. So, when we reduce the inspection and increase the prevention, because TQM has the focus on prevention, things have to be prevention oriented. Hence, you see that cost block has reduced, rework has reduced, and things will be of quality and that will be less costly. We see the cost of quality in this context. Cost of quality is constituted of this block which we are seeing is appraisal of the product which you manufacture, or the students whom you are teaching, you appraise them, you take their examination tests and then see whether they are fit for the course which you have taught or not. So, appraisal is the maximum cost out of the cost block. Then the prevention is the second aspect of the cost, and third aspect is the internal failure cost, and fourth is the external failure cost of the product which you have produced. Like the student might be fit when you take a mock interview within your campus, but when he goes out he may be failing in giving the right answers to the questions which are asked by the industry people who are interviewing them for the selection. So, internal failure cost and external failure costs are also important aspects. These are the four elements of the cost, that is appraisal cost, prevention cost, internal failure cost and the external failure cost. For implementing total quality management, we have to take certain strategic initiatives for implementing total quality management. So, this we have drawn a sort of building, where total quality management is shown at the top, and at the base is the management leadership and the commitment, and this is the building is standing on 6 pillars. 6 pillars, certain tools are there, organization structures are there, then tools and processes are there, then we have education and training of the people, reward and recognition of the people, transparent communication systems, and customer focus or customer satisfaction, then we are leading it to customer delight. So, these are the 6 pillars on which the building of total quality management is standing, but the base is the top management, commitment and leadership, and unless this leadership support and commitment is not there, you cannot implement total quality management, or for that matter you cannot implement anything else. What to say of total quality management. So, management support and commitment is very important. There are 12 action steps which this diagram shows, this table shows. These are the 6 pillars which we have already seen, 6 pillars on the horizontal row side. If we take, then 6 pillars are shown, and the 12 points are there in this diagram. 6 are here and 6 are in the next coming figure. So, that means you are slowly changing the culture of the organization, so that you are able to implement and strengthen these 6 pillars, and these are the 6 other points, 6 plus 6, 12 points, by which you can change the culture of basically TQM is a culture in the organization, it is a mindset. So, that mindset has to be created, and this takes time to create. This cannot be overnight, you cannot do this. This is to be just done in particular appropriate time. TQM is a culture. Technology touches the head, but the culture touches the heart. TQM is a mindset of the people. TQM may be breaking the wall or being broken by the cultural wall. So, in the upper diagram it has been shown that this is a bigger Q. Bigger Q means total quality, and total quality manages it in such a way that it can pierce the main concrete wall also, that is it is very strong, this is big Q. But the small q means half-hearted approach is there of the management, and that TQM efforts fall down, it is not able to pierce the wall, cultural wall, because some culture is already existing in the organization. TQM is a behavioral change. So, there are certain 5 points shown here, 6 points rather. So, values will take more time to change, attitudes will take still lesser time, management style will take still lesser time, and consistent behavior will also take some time, and action will take still lesser time, and but the feelings will take the minimum time for changing. When you are trying to implement the total quality management, you start with the feelings, first you change the feeling, then you go to the action, then the consistent behavior is restored, then the management style becomes pertinent, and then attitudes of the people are changed, and then values will take maximum time to change. Phases of quality maturity can be seen with the help of this figure, that is, first there is ignoring, then people start accepting it, and slowly they keep on moving, and ultimately they sustain it, and then they integrate it, and it start continuing. The culture of total quality management becomes permanent thing in the organization. Those organizations which have done good work on total quality management implementation of TQM, they can be given award also. Award criteria can be shown with the help of these 7 steps, that is, what is the leadership, whether they are very supportive or not, and then the strategic planning, whether they are doing the strategic planning for implementing total quality management. Customer and market focus may be the 3rd step. Then the workforce focus is the 5th step. Process management is the 6th step, and 7th is the business results. And the 4th step in this is measurement, analysis, and knowledge management. So, all this when put together, that makes the organization profile, environment, relationship, and challenges, and that ultimately leads the organization to achieve award, quality award. There are so many international quality awards. Indian government, Indian Council of Quality gives the award which is called Golden Peacock Award, and many organizations apply for, even to polytechnic engineering colleges can also apply for it, and they some of them who are coming good on this criteria, this is 1000 points total in this criteria, and leadership is given the maximum points for this, and those who get the maximum points, they are given the quality awards. Always remember, quality is not an assignable task. This cannot be assigned, otherwise we keep on talking about quality, 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 but quality cannot be assigned. This is something internal, something comes from within out, and that behavioral change has to take place for achieving quality. So, quality cannot be assigned. It must be rooted and institutionalized within every organization. Quality is everybody's responsibility. This is not the single person job, that one is achieving quality but others are not doing it. Everyone has to be involved, everyone doing his or her part of the job, then it becomes total quality. Otherwise, total quality cannot be achieved, and support and commitment of the top management is must. This is the concluding part of this discussion. It is from the Katha Upanishad, the second part of it. This is the 17th shloka of that Katha Upanishad. This is called Upanishad's shloka. This starts like this: Utishtha Jagrit Prapya Varani Bodhat Kasurasya Dhara Nishita Durgam Patha Sthat Kavyo Vadanti. This is from the Katha Upanishad, and it means that arise, awake, attain the pure knowledge, excellence by following the intelligent teachers who practice what they teach or preach. The experienced sages say that this path is risky one, and since it is as sharp as the razor's edge and also difficult to tread upon or cross over. So, it is very difficult task of total quality management implementation. It takes years to gather the world class organization, which may be 50 to 100 organizations throughout the world which have implemented total quality management. But they have undergone a very hard drill as such, and by going through the razor edge, and as sharp as razor edge, that sort of path is there which has to be practiced, otherwise you cannot achieve total quality management. So, with these words I thank you very much, and if you have some questions you can ask those questions. This is some glimpses of the total quality management. It is not total quality management, whole of the things covered, but some of the aspects. So, your questions please.